Today we once again embark on the surprisingly difficult task of finding a Grandmaster hidden amongst diamond players. We will spectate this 6-player free-for-all game consisting of 5 diamonds and 1 undercover GM player. During the game I will have 3 chances to vote out the Grandmaster player. But trust me, it sounds much easier than it actually is. There we go, my dear friends, into the game. As we have 6 players, we have ourselves a yellow Zerg called Canada, a red Zerg called Pate SC, a teal Protoss called Konst, a pink Protoss called Wijzedel, and a green Protoss called Skimk. We're going to have to figure out once and for all who the Grandmaster is over here in order to get to the victory. I'm really curious to see what build orders everyone will be going for. Nothing really aggressive coming out of any of these players. This is going to be a Nexus first. Over here on our bottom side. This is going to be a terribly late gate first. Look at this. What the hell is this? Also did not quite check out the map. Look at this. Because this map has 2 sets of rocks. One towards the right side and one towards the left side. That means that a fast triple base is probably the best thing you can do because you're pretty much locked in. The first threat is going to come by air, not by ground. So going gate first is a mistake. If you want to play a faster type of tech, then I would expect gateway with a gas skip, not gateway into gas into Nexus. This is not very solidly economic. So I like this player quite a bit. Someone that has studied the map. That might speak against him though, because pro players, or higher level players usually prepare less for this type of stuff. So you might think, oh, a smart person here with a Nexus first, probably the Grandmaster. No, most likely actually a diamond player. Like Balls even went for a wall over here. It's not great either. This is gasless, so it's going to be the late third hatch. No gas. I like no gas in this scenario. Pate is going for gas, just has a standard hatch timing. We have a Nexus over here as well. We have a Nexus going down here. Very similar openers coming out of everyone. The only real change here is the gasless, and then our Nexus first open here out of the blue Protoss. Let's take a look at the instant chrono. Are we gonna see that? Pretty quick chronos. I do like that. We have some SimCity over here as well. This pylon is too late. So not only was this first gateway too late, but this pylon also is at a very bad time. And we have an instant chrono on the warp gate. Balls, 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 balls. Why the hell would we do that? This is very suspicious. This is suspiciously bad. I'm not a fan of this. I'm a fan of Wijzedel going for +1 air weapons as the first thing. And then a follow-up with a Stargate. I think a Stalker is brilliant to deny any overlords and to potentially deal with maybe air units that could come. So I am a fan of that. We're going to see Twilight Council as our tech of choice. I personally in FFAs prefer Stargates. But yeah, you are a little bit more passive with that. So that can be something to think about as well. We have a Sentry, 3rd base. We're going to see Blink. I guess this is not a very well executed build order either. Like, we just have a lot of flotation, like random pauses, random breaks, a lot of gas in the bank. Double gas is here for Wijzedel. I enjoy this. Battery, I'm a fan of this too. Wijzedel so far is looking very, very solid. Let's take a look at worker counts here as well. 36 for our Nexus first player. 37 for Wijzedel. Would you look at that? Very high worker count, or as high as the Nexus first player. That makes me believe that the Nexus first player has been doing something wrong when it comes to these things. Balls is one of the players that I'm not particularly fond of either. Pretty low in the worker count if we look at this. So I'm looking at the green Protoss player here, Skimk, and at our pink Protoss player here as potential Grandmasters because they seem quite powerful. I haven't really been looking at Zergs whatsoever. Let's have a quick scoop around. We have a supply block out of Canada. Oh, it's a nasty one as well. And let's not forget that nothing is happening here. We have a bunch of gas in the bank. We have some gas oversaturation at this point. Not a whole lot of mineral eco. This is a terrible, terrible supply block. At the same time, Pate is floating about 700 minerals as well, which is also not brilliant. First Oracle is going to be popping out. Now you might wonder, what stops the Grandmaster player from just going AFK or throwing the game on purpose? Well, first of all, the Grandmaster only wins if I do not vote him out and he is still alive at the end of the game. Furthermore, to promote some action, he was also assigned a secret target that he has to take out during the game to be crowned the winner. So just sitting AFK will not be an option for him. He's not making it on the good boy list. He's not going to get any gifts from Santa either. Stargate into Twilight. This has to be one of the weakest build orders. Not fast blink. Relatively fast Oracle though, so I do like that. But yeah, this is instantly into 6 gas as well. Makes no sense. Carrier starting here. Was supply blocked for a little bit. Has my boy Wisedall interacted with anyone whatsoever? No. I'd expect a higher level player to open up with an Oracle. At least to get a little bit of info. We have Const here coming in with some hallucination scouts. Scheme is not doing a whole lot either. Did open up with Stargate. Okay, we have that one Oracle. Let's take a look at that control here. I mean, it's just a shift click really. Are we gonna do any type of micro here? No, just shift clicking all around. Just shift clicking all around, just following this. This is an awful response, by the way, out of Balls once again. Confirming that Balls is not the player to look at. What do we have here with Hydras? Now, this is not a Grandmaster. Any self-respecting Grandmaster would never open up with Hydralisk. Canada. Ooh, double Spire Muta. I freaking love this. Once again, a supply block, though. That's like the second supply block despite 0 interaction. Double Spire Muta. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Gonna go for Balls. Balls is going Stalker into Carrier. Absolutely ridiculous opener. Not gonna look at you for much longer. Schemk is floating 1800 minerals. Meanwhile, Wisedall is actually under pretty heavy pressure here. Const now blinks in forward. Is gonna get that Carrier. I didn't even have my eye on Const. I did not have my eye on Const. GG! I was gonna vote out Wisedall as the Grandmaster. Seeing Wisedall... I'm shocked. Look at the macro over here from our green Protoss player, Schemk. This is god-awful. Comst had the low worker count early on. Does have good production right now and is going for quick +2. Maybe was sandbagging in the early game. And has managed to kill a person. We do see Canada also attacking. Like, everyone is being relatively aggressive. Except for Schemk. Schemk is not in a hurry here whatsoever. I don't want to vote out. I don't want to vote Wisedall for the Grandmaster because I think a Grandmaster wouldn't die against this. I'd reckon they wouldn't. Didn't have a whole lot of units, but this is weird. Okay, I think Schemk is out. It's like 3k in the bank, 400 gas. Like that is a crazy amount. It is wild though that despite having so much money in the bank, still higher supply than Balls over here. So this is also something to keep in mind. Just raw supply numbers. Canada, meanwhile, is going to kind of get in here. We have no splits out of our Hydra player. Const is going to continue pushing. Nose is relatively safe right now. Could maybe take a fort base. Not doing that is wild. Having constant worker production is also pretty wild. Oh, crap. Gonna need to go for my first vote here. Now, this is my first of 3 shots at voting the undercover Grandmaster out of the game. If I succeed, I win. Otherwise, the game will continue and I will probably be quite confused. Alright, an eventful first 8 minutes. Not for everyone. Some people absolutely had 0 events happening. But for some it was already the end of it. Which is wild because the person that got taken out actually was going to be my first vote. I think what I'm gonna do right now is go for the logical play of just saying, hey, if you can kill the person that I thought was the Grandmaster, then perhaps you are the Grandmaster. So my vote is going to go for the teal Protoss player, Const.
Sadly, I am not VGM.
Ooh. It makes you wonder. I should have stuck with my initial analysis, I guess. Seeing the complete lack of workers in the early game, despite going Nexus first, like having the same worker count as someone going 1 gate expand, should be impossible for a GM. Maybe I should have voted Schemk. I was debating between Schemk and Const. But because Const took out my number 1 pick, I was like, okay, let's keep Schemk alive. But Schemk has so much freaking income that despite floating this amount of cash, it's going to be just fine. And look at this. Now trying to take out Mr. Balls himself as well. Tempest Storm as the composition is, in my opinion, a freaking brilliant one. I think I saw Stormers here as well, right? Did I just make it up? No, I made it up. It's just pure Tempest. Tempest Stalker. I mean, that is a garbage composition, but it's a composition that is pushing this away. There's a fort base on the way. We have no pylons near the Nexi. Chrono Boost is not being used very well. Okay, we don't really have to look at Const. Canada is dead as well. I didn't think Canada was anything special. We have a Hydra man as well, like I said. Anyone that builds Hydras is not a Grandmaster. Just naturally. Good hold position though in between the minerals, but no micro whatsoever. And at this point, I'd expect the Grandmaster to try to, you know, try to survive for as long as possible. Like, it's going to be pretty freaking key in my opinion. Const is uber aggressive, by the way. Holy crap. I mean, Const already won. He executed his task. Balls is now going in here, despite being killed at the same time. Canada is gonna leave. Get the GG. Look at Balls. Balls is killing Canada. Canada has left. He's losing his entire main base and there's no response. As Scheme get 163 supply and another supply block. I think the supply blocks here are fake. We have a lot of action on the production tab as well for Scheme. What if it's still Wijzedel? What if the Grandmaster actually died as the first player? It is theoretically a possibility. But I'm starting to lean heavily into Scheme. Heavily into Scheme. As Balls now is in the process of dying as well. We have some Phoenixes coming out. We have an Oracle coming in. If you use a Revelation here, that would be highly suspicious, my friend. We have 2 Oracles. Everything kind of... Is everything in one control group here? Everything is in one control group. Okay, Oracle's in separate control group, not being microed back. That is really pathetic. It's not Const. What is the chance it's Patte? What actually is the chance that it's Patte? What if the task was to take out Wijzedel? And then Patte was like, you know what? I'm good for now, as long as I manage to survive until the end of time. I don't have to show my hand anymore. And Scheme has been supply block at 163 out of 164 for legit the past minute and a half. Ever since I had his unit selected. But going for mass air is just a good call. And also the fact that you can have this much money this quickly and such high supply while being supply locked and floating this amount. I think it's a huge tell. Const not being a Grandmaster is shocking to me. What I really want to see is for Const to start attacking green. I think that would really... We could see some responses here coming in then. We could definitely see some responses. I'm gonna just first person here for a little while. Because I want to see this. I only have 2 votes remaining. And I think I want to burn 1 vote on Wijzedel. Look how freaking slow this is. It's like watching my grandma play. My grandma's not very good at StarCraft. If you're confused. Okay, Balls is out. 3 players are now out. 3 are still remaining. If the GM is in, then that's solid stuff. Const is not doing anything. It's just clearing bases here so you can keep expanding. I think Const is really going to be an issue for Scheme. Scheme right now is going up to 180. I mean, just not going up to 200 supply after being supply blocked like 40 times is freaking crazy to me. Building the extra Stargates is also a high level move. I really like that. We're seeing that here. We're also getting carriers out of Const at this point. 2-1 upgrades just off a single Cybercore. So that should be a serious amount of stuff. We have a Stalker Warp in. Fast Stalker Warp in is also. It's going to be some type of rapid fire. Patte is still alive. What if it's the Hydra Man? I haven't really taken the Hydra Man serious yet. For 2 reasons. 1, building Hydras. 2, only +2 upgrades 13 minutes in. No hive and building lurkers. Like, that is crazy. I also would not feel comfortable, even if I'm the Grandmaster, building Hydras against people that are most likely going for mass, you know, for airtol stuff. I think I'm going to burn my next one on Wijzedel, to be honest. I think Wijzedel might have been the Grandmaster. It either is Scheme or Wijzedel. Because it seems so unlikely that it's Patte at this point. Balls, I never had any belief in. Const, I have already guessed. I guess everyone is really still an option except for Balls. The only person I've reliably figured out isn't it, is Balls. I'm not feeling our Zerg player here either. I'm not feeling our Zerg player either. Okay, let's see how Schemke is doing over here. Because this could be scary. Like if you go in a little bit too hard. Like so much cash in the bank as well. But then 0 cannons being produced is kind of crazy. Like these stalkers just staying at home. Is right-clicking individual units, by the way. This is not an A move. Like this is, look at this. This is target fire. This is target fire and a half, baby. Yeah. Okay, Const is dead. Means it's going to be between Patte and Schemke. I think it's just Schemke. Floating 15k is crazy eco management. Resources lost is 4.8. It has to be. It absolutely has to be. I'm actually fairly certain here. After my failure of last time, I decided, my dear friends, that the Grandmaster is once again a Protoss player. And this time it will be the green one, Schemke. Are you the Grandmaster?
No, I am not.
What the hell? There's no way to Zerg. I should have gone for Wisedal. But I shouldn't have. Wait, so this guy is actually just getting supply block for 20 minutes at a time. Even in Diamond, that's a bad loot. He's freaking 163 out of 164. Now that I know it's not you, I'm allowed to flame the ever-living crap out of you. What the hell were you doing, bro? Like, that was a crazy supply block. You know, I don't dare going for the freaking Zerg, if I'm being real honest. Like, this guy is brain dead. Like, Hydra Man. How would you even get the mass Hydras? If it's balls, that would be the craziest thing. It can't be balls. If you're a Grandmaster and you play like balls did, I think that's the equivalent of self-harm. Okay, Zerg is dead. But everyone else is also dead. Like, everyone is dead. So I'm not gonna get any information. The Grandmaster is going to have died. Will not have managed to survive. So now my question is it Patte? Or Wisedal? It is not Canada. It is impossible this is Canada. I just don't... Yeah, because it can be Canada. Canada is out. Const is out. Schemke is out. Balls is out. So that means Patte? Patte or Wisedal? It has to be Wisedal. I should have guessed him anyway. Despite losing, it felt like a Grandmaster player. Honestly, if my man Patte is the actual GM, like, congratulations. Like, doing this with Hydras is freaking impressive. I mean, this game is absolutely over. Like, he's trying his best to stay alive as well. Look at him. Absolute tryhard. Building stuff on the sides. I mean, that is a Grandmaster move. But if you're a Diamond, you also want to pretend like you care about staying alive. So you're just staying alive forever. I guess that is the one thing that Wisedal didn't do. Like, Wisedal left relatively early. Was not going to be capable of having any impact anymore on the game. Patte here is flying around. Actually, right now would be the most interesting time to see what Patte is up to. Take a look at the APM. Oh, it's low as hell. Canada had 281 APM. How's that even possible? Moving the Hydras. Kiting as well. Continuing to get hatcheries. What if it is Patte? It is theoretically possible. I mean, it is a 50-50. It's an absolute coin toss. Unless Balls is like a super genius and managed to trick me by being legit a moron. No offense, Balls. I mean, if you're a Grandmaster and you play like this, then there's no bueno. If you're a Diamond, good job. You did well. I don't understand why Patte is trying to stay alive. This has to be bait. It would be crazy if the Grandmaster got taken out legitimately 6 minutes into the game, though. That would be legit crazy. But I think it is what I'm gonna vote. I do believe that this is what I'm gonna end up voting here. Everything's being knocked out here. Schemke is gonna go for the elimination move as well. Do we have... How many buildings do we have left for Patte? Just like 2 things. There's a couple of drones over here. Couple. Quite a few. You have a lurker over here. 2 hydras still active. Just clearing random crap. This base is gonna fall. I honestly just kind of want to flip a coin. I just don't have any clue. I have no input here. I said it the entire way throughout. I said that Wijzedel would have been my first vote. It should have been my second vote. Am I gonna trick myself here into not voting for Wijzedel for a third time? I think I might. But who will build hydras and no upgrades? It was like 2-1. It was +2, like 14 minutes in.
Game paused.
I'll give you a quick rundown here of my thought process. I think it is not Balls. Balls has been out from the very start. I don't think it's possible that it was Canada either. So that leaves me with Patte SC and Wijzedel. I don't believe any self-respecting Zerg player would only have +1 range attack 14 minutes in and mass hydras while knowing that you're playing against 4 TOS players that are going to be messing air most likely. So the only thing that makes sense for me here is that the Grandmaster actually got taken out as the first player. And that means that Wijzedel, you are the Grandmaster.
So sadly Wijzedel left us immediately, but Wijzedel, she was not the Grandmaster. Would the real Grandmaster please step forward?
Hello.
Hello?
What's up?
Who are you?
Mixum.
Mixu. You were Putty?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I thought I was trolling too hard. I was afraid I would get eliminated before the game ends.
I was thinking as well, that must be it. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, a Diamond would do the same. And you played so extremely poor that I couldn't believe a Grandmaster would do it.
Yeah, I was playing like a mouse only half the time. Because I was afraid if I hold down a key too long, it's going to show on the APM.
Because of the repeat rate.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, congratulations. Well done. And
Thank you.
congrats as well to the Diamonds that managed to get voted out, both Const and Schemke. You guys actually played well. Schemke was in particular very crazy because he was floating 10k the entire time. Now 20k at the very end. And still had the highest supply of everyone. So I was like, okay, that's a clear Grandmaster move, you know? Trying to pretend like they suck and then accidentally winning, being up 60 supply. But I guess Hydras are the answer after all.
Mm-hmm. And layer tech lurkers.
Yeah, honestly, that's the one that got me the most. The +1 and the layer tag lurkers. This is going to be it for today. Did you manage to find the Grandmaster? If so, be sure to let me know in the comments how much smarter than me you are. Please post your IQ with a proper IQ test as well. I'm so curious. I cannot wait to be clowned on by my audience once more. I hope you did all enjoy it, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye-bye.